Hey guys, I'm Daisho, and I'm here bringing you some magic, and today I'm going to try and figure out how Lords of Darkness works. I really don't know how this deck is supposed to be run, and there's a lot of cards in it that I haven't even read, so we're going to have fun with this one. Yeah, this is the first time I'm jumping in, just so that I don't get confused later. I'm going to bump this down to 24, maybe we'll change it, maybe we won't. Anyway, Mortician Beetle is black for a 1/1. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Mortician Beetle. I'm not really sure how good this card is. It might turn out to be very good, it might not. If I'm running Heartless Summoning, I don't know if I will end up doing that, then this will be unplayable, because it'll just be a dead draw at some points. Festering Goblin really depends on how good this deck is at fighting the early aggression, but probably not going to run that one. Onyx Mage, they gave me 4 of these guys. Target creature you control gains Death Touch until end of turn. Interesting. This guy's pretty sweet. If I'm trying to run an aggro-based deck, then a 2/2 flyer for 2 is pretty rare. I do lose a couple life when enters, but it's beatable. Alright, so it's got 4 Diabolic Edicts and 2 Doomblades. Not bad, not bad. Suit Imp. Not terrible. I feel like that kind of damage can really rack up. Soul Cage Fiend. That's pretty bad. This guy was in Avacyn Restored. I remember him from Limited. Triumph of Cruelty, also pretty bad. And was in Avacyn. Yeah, wow. A couple of Tendrils of Corruption, a Mutilate, a Damnation. Not bad. If you haven't read the card, sorry. This is what they do. So that's some good removal. Bloodgive Demon. This is one of my favorite cards with Heartless Summoning. I think I probably will just try and see how Heartless Summoning works in this. Enters, destroy an angel. It might be relevant. Yeah, I'm just going to get these stupid demons out there. They're just 5/3s. Choose one. You draw 5 cards and lose 5 life. Put an XX vying where X is the number of cards in your hand. Ah, interesting. Draw 3, lose 3. Corrupt. Lord of the Pit. Lord of the Void. Really just a 7/7 flyer. Well, I guess if it gets in, it does cool stuff. Runescarred Demon is sweet. Pestilence Demon is sweet. And then finally Reaver Demon is also pretty good. So I think I want to build this one less sacrificey, more slow, grindy, with a couple of Heartless Summonings. Maybe, actually, yeah, I think I'll keep these guys in. They don't really need the... they can still do well even with a Heartless Summoning out. Pretty bad in the mirror. Get rid of them Foul Imps, and then all of this stuff on the low part of the curve needs to leave. Innocent Blood. Each player sacks a dude. A couple of Heartless Summonings. Diabolic Edict. Reveal a card from your hand. Search your library for a card with the same name. Put it into your hand. If you have no cards in hand, instead search for a card. Put the same. Okay, so reveal a card. Alright, so if there's nothing in your hand, you can find whatever you want. Otherwise, you can find a multiple. Interesting. Exhume. I just don't think that there's ever going to be a time where I want to use Exhume. I don't know how good that's going to be. Ooh, a couple of Hideous Ends. Some more removal. No Mercy. Not bad. Diabolic Servitude. I've never even read this card. Enters the battlefield. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. When the creature is put onto the battlefield with exile it and return. Exile the creature onto the battlefield. Alright, so basically, whenever the creature dies that you put onto the battlefield with Diabolic Servitude, this thing comes back to my hand and I can go get another one. It's pretty interesting. What does this do? That thing. Reaper from the Abyss. That's not bad. Harvester of Souls. Also not bad. I think I want Pestilence Demon. Yeah. I just want the giant demons that do stuff on their own. I don't have enough cards in this deck. Okay. Let's drop a Harvester of Souls in here. Another Promise of Power, I guess. Do I have the first one in there? Yeah, now I have both of them in there. Actually, instead of this, we can just... Well, yeah, actually, we'll Well, we'll put that in and throw in a 25th land. Do I have too much top end here? Perhaps. There's like the random Halo Hunter. Do I want a second one? I doubt it. This is definitely interesting. Might work. Do you think we should give this a try, guys? I think this deck could work. At first glance, it doesn't seem that great, but I mean, with all the sweeping potential and just the raw power of the demons, their ability to just win the game on their own, this might actually be a deck. I mean, definitely going to need to play test it and play against some other of the new decks and some of the old decks and figure out where it kind of fits into the metagame. See if it's going to be a good card, or a good deck, a bad deck, or unplayable. Maybe the version that I'm running is unplayable, and I need to drop the curve a bunch. Not really sure, but I think we will figure that out eventually. All right, we got into a game, and let's fire up the Lords of Darkness. See what we can do. All right, got an Innocent Blood, 2 Diabolic Edicts, and a Tendrils of Corruption. That's a lot of removal. The good thing about Innocent Blood is if they're not playing Avacyn's Glory, or like having a lot of sacrifice is basically as good as he's on the mulligan. Blah. Alright. And he's playing an island, so he might be playing Dodge and Burn, which would be less than ideal for me, though. Heartless Summoning is a good card to draw. Let me get my threats out earlier before he can burn me to death. And there he goes. He's repping that Dodge and Burn. Alright, so he's opting not to play anything. This is an instant. He held back for a while, so there's a really good chance he's got like a remand, and I really have no reason to play the Heartless Summoning yet. I can just wait until he taps out. If he plays a Wee Dragonauts next turn, I can just Edict it. So, I mean, I guess there is an argument for me playing Heartless Summoning, because he could like cancel or Thought Bind it next turn, whereas before he couldn't use like a permanent one. But he's on the mole. I don't want him to like. I don't know. I guess he can Remand or Memory Lapse it. It wouldn't be the end of the world. I'll try it this turn. He didn't go get another island, so that leads me to believe he's either got one in hand or yeah. So again he has that Remand, which is a little annoying for me because that means that he gets the tempo back. He gets to draw the card, but I mean all he's really doing is cycling because it's not really setting me back a turn. All right, so he's only got that one blue source, which is a little strange. Leads me to believe he doesn't have a cancel. He still might have a Thought Bind. To be honest, like if this Heartless Summoning doesn't resolve, my game is not over. It's just going to slow me down a little bit. And at this rate, it's not even slowing me down because I don't even have anything. So it looks like, yeah, he's going to Remand it again. That's the problem with Remand. If you don't have high-powered creatures out, or if you don't have any creatures out, it doesn't do anything. And that's really the situation that's going on here. I don't know why he went and got a mountain. Maybe he got it was his third land and he didn't have another mountain in hand and he figured he would need a second mountain before he would need a second island. That's certainly a possibility. Alright, so my opponent hasn't really done much to affect the board. We're both kind of late game decks. It's a good draw for me. Hopefully it will gain me back some life at some point. Neither of us run very many creatures, so I think that the game is probably slightly leaning towards my opponent. But if I start drawing into my my 5 and 6 drops, it's going to be a different story. Corrupt is normally a really good one to draw, but in this situation, kind of unnecessary. But, I mean, yeah, if my opponent just drops an opportunity here, or starts cracking me in the face with some burn, I might start to feel it soon. He just doesn't have any creatures for me to deal with all my creature removal. Draw another creature removal spell. I guess that's an issue with this deck now, because previously there were no decks that didn't run a bunch of creatures. This is the first one of the kind in this game. So he's not even drawing lands anymore. We're both sitting here with a bunch of cards in hand. The ability to do anything, just dropping lands. Yeah, I just need to draw some big stuff. Big fatty fats. And he's going to either have to play something. He's probably just going to play a burn spell or something like that. Or he's just going to drop a Charmbreaker Devils. No big deal. I'm just going to make him sacrifice it. I probably should have Tendrils Corruptioned it, but once I show him the Diabolic Edict, I want to cast that. I should have gained the 8 life just because you never know when it'll be really relevant. So, if I can draw a giant threat here... No. Ugh. Alright, that would have been really good to draw a giant threat because then I could just stick it here without having to worry about him tapping out or anything like that. But, I mean, I do have a bunch of life gain in hand if it gets to that point, but these I actually need a creature out. So yeah, I really should have used that on the Charmbreaker Devils. So he's going to have to discard now. That's really surprising that he wouldn't do something. He has a Starstorm. As long as he's got 6 mana up, I'm not going to cast anything gigantic, because he could just have a Draining Whelk. Well, then again, I can just kill the Draining Whelk pretty easily, so not really that big of a deal now that I think about it. It's just like any other counter. Definitely going to wait 1 turn on this one. And I can just discard a... Diabolic Edict. Yeah, I mean, I'd like a giant demon and some cards. This is definitely a Who Blinks First kind of game. There's a Runescar Demon. I don't really want to play it, though. At the same time... Yeah, alright, we'll just drop this Runescar Demon. He's got a Draining Whelk, he's got a Draining Whelk. Memory Lapse. Not a big deal. I'm sure he has removal. Or he had counter. I knew that, so. At the same time, he probably doesn't have Draining Whelk, because he would have used it there. Char. Okay. I don't know why he's doing that main phase. That seems really strange. Alright. See what you got this time. Remand. Okay. I see you. I'll probably just discard this thing. Searing Spear. Yeah, this is getting a little dicey. I really wish he would play a creature. I'm just gonna... No, I'm gonna get rid of this Hideous End. I have so much removal that I just don't need it. Yeah, I think I might end up losing this game because I didn't Tendrils his dude. Another Hideous End. Well, I'm gonna drop this creature again. And it resolves, but he's probably not gonna survive very long. Alright, so card that we need for this situation is... might just be like another fatty that will win me the game on its own. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So, which one of these do we want? I guess just like a Pestilence Demon. Doesn't really matter. What did I draw this turn? Another Hideous End? Let's get rid of this Innocent Blood. Still have an Edict effect. I don't think I need it against anything in that deck, but... And he just passed the turn. That's really surprising. Electrolyze. Oh, I wish I had 1 more mana. Oh, he's just going to target me. That's fine. I have 2 Tendrils, so I can definitely Tendrils my own demon. Alright, there's a land. And I just really need to gain the life. I know I have Corrupt, but he could have a counter for it, and I don't really want to tap out here. For fear of him just murdering me. Alright, so he's just going to do that. In response, I'm going to Tendrils my guy. I don't want to take the 6 damage. I have another one. I'll gain my life, sir. Why is this triggering? That's weird. But yeah, alright, so we're looking pretty good here. What did you just do, sir? Oh, man. He screwed up. I'm just going to corrupt him in the face for game. I don't think he was winning this one, but I guess I don't really know the cards in hand. Sad face. I actually think that this might end up being a mainstay. Yeah, I mean, in his fairness, the thing is, the deck is really hard to deal with. Like, there's so many times where you have to click, and then sometimes you want to choose yourself, sometimes you want to choose them. It just happens so often and so differently that, I don't know. It just gets confusing sometimes, man. It's a little confusing. Alright, I just don't want to play against the same deck again, so I'm going to go find a new lobby. Wow. Alright, let's go with you. I feel like I played against this guy before. Yeah. That was a fun game for sure. I think I would have been fine against a faster deck. I started the game with 4 removal spells, one of them being a Tendrils of Corruption to gain me life too. I don't think that I was going to lose that one. I might have lost in that matchup, but I mean, he just, like, I had the life gain, and there was no way. Alright. Let's try the next one. It was definitely a funny game, though. He really did not mean to go ahead and deal 6 damage to himself for no reason. I only needed a couple of more points of damage, though. I would have been able to get there eventually, especially with Pestilence Demon. For 5 mana, I could just shoot him for 4 right away, although that's a little bit risky. I could kill myself that way. But still, probably would have been worth it. Nope, don't want to start up. Considering what kind of deck you want to play against me. Really just studying the matchups right here. Just looking at my avatar being like, this guy's using the default avatar. He's probably playing Lord of Darkness. Come on, your name's the Empty Lord. Alright. Talk it tough. Let's play Elephant Face Man. See if he's willing to fight me. Elephant Man. That makes so much sense now. I get it. Alright. Got some bad cards here. An Infernal Tutor for another land. It's probably a keeper. I really want more lands. Like, I need to hit my 5th one. We're gonna keep. We're gonna see how it goes. Like, I'm only running 25 lands. I do have 2 removal spells, so that'll tide me over for a while, but I need to draw 3 more lands before I can get to this harrowing journey. And he's got a Vampiric Tutor. That's not such a big deal. Doomblade is a completely dead card, so now my keep looks really dumb. I can Infernal Tutor for another Diabolic Tutor. Diabolic Edict, rather. Alright, drawing them swamps. The embarrassing part of Infernal Tutor is they have to show them the card, so if you want to get a swamp, then you're just like, I need some more lands. Right, he's drawing some cards. He's doing some damage to himself, that's for sure. Which is not really a problem on my end. Oh man, I drew both of the Doomblades in the deck. I'm actually just going to cycle this for another swamp. Like, I don't care. Yeah. I needed another swamp. So, what of it, man? Bro. This is not looking good for me, guys. I have 2 dead cards in hand, and I only have 1 removal spell, and then my next... Oh, God. He is just a madman. Then the next thing that I can do is going to cost me 3 life. So, well, that's a good draw. That is a really good draw. I'm hoping he plays something that I can Edict away. I don't want to see a Geralf's Messenger here. Be significantly less than ideal. Like a zombie war chief. Abattoir ghoul. Perfect. Get out of here. Get out of town, son. I mean, it makes complete sense to do it here because, like, first of all, I have the mana up now. Second of all, he might play something that he would rather sacrifice later. So, all right, and we drew the lands that we needed. Drew two of them, and got to Infernal Tutor for the other one. And then I can get my Harrowing Journey on. You know, it's looking pretty good here. Got a Tendrils of Corruption to hopefully kill a bro. Not that bro. Not that desperate. Unfortunately, this thing is a sorcery. That's not very useful in the matchup. But yeah, this is just really... Choose a player to draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. Daisho. This is really unfortunate. In the latest set, they just printed a card called Read the Bones, which is 2 and a black. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. Which means that you get to look at the top 2 cards of your library and decide if you want to keep them there or move them to the bottom. And then you get to choose. So, yeah. Alright, he's got a Bloodghast, Undead War Chief. I can kill the War Chief, which is good. And then next turn I can drop a Rune-Scarred Demon. Going to find myself maybe a Reaver Demon? Or is it non-black? I can't remember if it's non-black or non-demon. Well, there's a Pestilence Demon. Sure. Go ahead. I shall corrupt your war chief. Endless ranks o' the dead. Not gonna do anything since Bloodghast isn't even a zombie. And it rounds down. So he's got 1 zombie. There's that. Diabolic Edict is so bad. Man, my removal is just so bad against him. Alright. Rune-Scarred Demon it is. I think there's only 1 Rune-Scarred Demon in the deck, so it's not like I can Rune-Scarred getting Rune-Scarred. Hideous End is useless. No Mercy is probably fine. Promise of Power is probably also fine. Maybe just Corrupt. Yeah, that thing doesn't do anything. Halo Hunter is useless. I'm looking at Corrupt here. That's probably the best choice. Just to gain me some life. Deal him a large chunk of damage. There's a good chance that he just doesn't have removal for my Rune-Scarred Demon. I mean, it's not that easy to remove from that deck without being able to use their Doomblades. Another Endless Ranks of the Dead. Do you guys see why this card sucks now? Like, he just cast 2 of them in a row, and they didn't do a thing for him. If I draw a land, he's actually just dead. Unless he's got a Tendrils. Alright. I'll just block the Bloodghast. So he's got 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he has way more than enough swamps to hit it with a Tendrils. Alright. Got that land. Charging in there. But yeah, if these were like even just walking corpses or something like that, I would have been so screwed. Elephant Face Man, you are corrupted. Alright, so the deck that I thought was really sweet, Dodge and Burn, went like 1 win, 2 losses, 1 draw in my first 4, and this one is so far 2-0. Let's go find one more opponent, and then hopefully call it a day. But, I mean, this deck is also pretty fun to play. I really did not think it would be this cool. But just the ability to slow the game down. And I think, like, I haven't even played good matchups where my removal's good. Oh, a beautiful hand. I've got Diabolic Edict. He's on the play, so if he goes Champion of the Parish into Gather the Townsfolk, that's not going to do much. But if I can survive till turn 4, damnation time. And then I can just follow it up with Bloodgift Demons. Beautiful. Alright, he's a green deck, maybe the elf deck? I can beat the elf deck with a damnation. There's a land. Only need 1 more now. This is sweet. Definitely working out. He could just be playing an old green deck. I can beat those too. Looks like that's definitely a forest that I haven't seen before in this game. And there's a Fauna Shaman, which is definitely something I want to take care of right now. So perfect use of Diabolic Edict. They play their 2-drop that I need to deal with. I deal with it. And we drew the 2 lands that we needed. Sir, you see that, Fodder Shaman? It shall be sacrificed to the god of the demons. Yeah, this demon deck, it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. Alright. Still have Damnation, so I can pop that off whenever I need. Probably going to play a 3-drop. I feel like that deck is really low centered, or the curve is very low. God, I can't even figure out what I'm trying to say. The curve is very low. That's all I'm trying to say. Timberwatch, Elf. Target creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves on the battlefield. I guess I should bring the cards up for those of you who aren't familiar with them. So Damnation just says destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. Bloodgift Demons is flying at the beginning. Upkeep, target player draws a card and loses a life. And it's a 5/4 for 5 mana. Very sweet card. I really like it. And I've liked it since it's been printed, and it's still good here. So this thing gets really good if you've got a ton of elves out, which is a little bit risky with the new DLC. I think that the elf deck is going to be like way too underpowered, because the whole point is that you have to commit a bunch of creatures to the board, and then the whole point... Oh, is this one that draws in more elves? Ugh. Jesus! 3 elves? 2 of them Timberwatch elves? God. Alright, well, I mean, I'm going to get my value out of my Damnation. That is for damn. Sure. See what I did there? Ha! Ha ha ha. He can hit me for a bunch of damage next turn. Probably just take it. Oh my god. That is just game. No mercy. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just basically like kill 1 creature a turn, since this thing allows him to only attack with 1 elf and still gain a lot of benefit. But I expect him to drop a couple of elves here, tap the Timberwatch, bump this thing for 4 maybe. Ooh, there's an Imperious Perfect as well. He's got a bunch of cards in hand. I don't know how many of these Sylvan Messengers they got, but if it's a bunch, then it might actually be worth it. I doubt he's going to attack, though. I'm going to drop one of these Bloodgift Demons down, just to discourage him from attacking. Although he's already pretty discouraged from attacking. Maybe I should just Damnation now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to die. I really should Damnation. I think I should have Damnation. I mean, I'm getting, like, well, at least 3 for 1 value. This thing drew him 3 cards, and it's a 2/2 trample. 3/3 trample now. The problem with just casting Damnation is he can easily restock his board and then just threaten to do a lot to me. And this, at least this way, there's another Timberwatch elf. And he's probably going to leave the other one up to make a token with Imperious Perfect. I mean, the problem is I'm going to Damnation this turn, and all I'm doing is getting 1 more card out of his hand, but I'm losing a card from my hand, and I'm taking some damage. Really think I actually should have Damnation. Could always just chump block here. That seems really bad, though. Yeah, I figured that thing was coming. And it's going to hit me for 3, 4... 5 or 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's gonna hit me for 9 here. He's gonna lose his guy, but he doesn't really need it. Yeah, this is not where I want to be. He drew that might be the key to this deck. Just running like 18 lands or something like that. I will draw a card and lose a life. And there's a Halo Hunter and a Tendrils of Corruption. That is the card that we wanted to see. I can probably buy myself another turn with it without having to drop another spell, because he's going to only attack me with 1 thing. And then double Timberwatch it. Oh no! I think I just messed up. Because he can Timberwatch it twice. Hopefully he'll put them both on the stack at the same time. I've got 6. Okay, so I should be okay still. Just gonna bring this guy probably. Alright. Hopefully he's going to put both of them. Alright, so wait, that's 2, 3, 4. Oh, thank you. I appreciate this. Yeah, he could have just played around this by letting the first one resolve before doing the second one. So I guess I feel bad that my opponent sucks, but it's his fault for sucking. But yeah, I mean, I definitely made a mistake there. Should have probably lost this game. Because I would have just had to cast that anyway to gain the life. Yeah, that was super lucky. Oh wait, no. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I had only for 6. All right, time to clear the board. Beat in for 5. Cast a good old damnation. And then can drop another Blood Gift Demon afterwards. Not this turn, but yeah. That's a thing. He still has 5 cards in hand. This card doesn't do anything anymore. I don't know why he played that last turn. I still might lose this game. Oh god. How many of those do you have, dude? Alright, he's only got a Branch Bender and an Essence Warden. Essence Warden, Branch Bender. Alright, so he can drop the Essence Warden now. And again, he's just filling up his hand, filling up the board, filling up his hand. Not great for me. Mutilate. Well, that's a sweet one. I'm just going to drop this Blood Gift Demon. And hopefully I don't need to cast Mutilate, but gives me some insurance at least. Oh, that's a little annoying. It turns my 2-turn clock into a 3-turn clock. Because, I mean, I know that I can do the one with the Blood Gift Demon, but it's probably not going to be relevant enough. Maybe 2. Well, I guess I can just drop another Blood Gift Demon out next turn. None of these guys are... I don't think there's anything... There's just such thing as an Elf Angel. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be running this one. It seems like an interesting way to fill your hand back up, except if you have a bunch of creatures out, you're probably already winning. Does this put a +1/+1 counter on target creature for each elf you control? That's a lot of counters. Alright, let's draw another card here. I'm getting to that dangerous position again. There's a couple of lands. Alright, so I can mutilate and then play another Blood Gift Demon. Or play a... yeah, I'll just play another Blood Gift Demon. I just... yeah, I just don't want to risk it. Like, you never know what kind of crazy combo shit your opponent can do. So this way it just feels a lot safer. Even though it's still a 2-turn clock from here. Yeah, this lag is awful in this game. I don't know what's going on, maybe. I don't know where my opponent is connecting from, but it's not in this country, that's for sure. Or, I guess, what he's connecting with might be a better question. Oh yeah, I forgot he still has another Timberwatch Elf. He already revealed that one to me a long time ago. And there's the 4th. So, my opponent just refuses to give up here. If I draw... no. Yeah, if I draw a land, I can actually kill both of those. Actually, wait, no, I can just kill him this turn. Oh, I screwed up right there. Oh, okay, I drew Hideous End. That's lucky. I was supposed to deal the damage to him and make him draw a card. That way I can just drop Pestilence Demon and then deal 1 damage to each creature and each player. But luckily I drew out of it and I drew into Hideous End. But at least I figured out the right play like halfway through my turn. It's not like not like one of those times where I just say, oh man, I couldn't have won that game, even though I had the game like on board 4 turns ago or something silly like that. But, yeah, I'm 3-0 with this deck. Not bad. I'm not going to complain about that, and I don't think you should either. Even though... No, I mean, there's not much even though. My opponent had a pretty good draw. I just completely destroyed him. Maybe I didn't make the best plays, but, I mean, I was just so far ahead this game, it would have been really hard for me to lose. But I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Have a wonderful day. Bye.